Moving now, team to dog control hearings, establishment of an ad hoc committee. I've personally sat on one of these. It's a dangerous dog committee where council staff believe a dog may be dangerous and what have you. They will produce evidence. Might be a post office postman or post lady getting bitten or something, and the people want to obviously stop their dog being classified as dangerous and or destroyed for that matter. So we just have to set up a dog control establishment of an ad hoc committee. So Mr. Green, have I got that right, or you want to comment further?
You've got that absolutely right, Mr. Bishop.
So we need, I'm on an ex officio under, no, this is, okay, we've got to do this in two parts. Okay, we've got a suggested resolution here. Can I have a move of the suggested resolution that an ad hoc committee, as per the template attached, the officers report be established? Move. Councillor Downard, second. Councillor Hickling. All in favour? Aye. So carried. So we need to appoint them? No. We'll do that later. Okay, this is another bit of a mechanical issue, team. It's item number 8. It's issuing new leases on Hickling Park. You will notice here that some of these leases have been expired for quite some time. Tokelau Community has been expired since May 2003, for argument's sake. Highland Pipe Band 2004. This item is to issue new 14-year leases, which will start from approximately now, will obviously expire together in 14 years' time. So if there was a need in 14 years' time to move them or do something else, that's up to governance at that time. But it makes it all nice and tidy. If you issue them all with new 14-year leases, they'll run in conjunction with each other and give that window of opportunity in 14 years' time to renew again or do whatever council decides at that time. Does anybody else want to speak? Does Ms. Rawley here?
Mr. Ritz, I'll take any questions.
Do you want to speak on this issue at all? No. Okay, if there's any questions or discussions, Mr. Ridd, Senior Manager of Recreational Reserves, etc., is here to answer them. Sorry, Councillor Bell.
Just querying the dog training club incorporated, why it's only 5 years and doesn't coincide with all the rest in 14.
Pass. I can go find that out for you, but I'm guessing that's already been on the 20 in November last year. Those leases were sorted out, so I'd have to find out why that was. I guess it was to tie it up to.
Was the question, Mr. Ridd, the dog training one for 5 years?
Yeah, it's a bit odd that one.
They're looking at moving out to.
I'll go and find out the answer to that question.
They're looking, given the opportunity of moving out to the equestrian centre.
Ah.
They only want 5 years because the leases work both ways. You're tied both ways. We're tied, they're tied, and that's what they asked for. So, Councillor Craig.
John, if there's any expansion to the whole sports complex in Hickling Park, meaning the event centre, these facilities there, I won't say they're an eyesore, but they take up a lot of space that is valuable space. 14 years seems a heck of a long time to give people a lease for those facilities.
That figure of 2019 was through the Reserve Management Plan, which was adopted in the last triennium. So you're right, and that's a risk that you have to take into account when you're making your recommendations or you're resolving on this.
When we deliberated on this earlier, though, and get this right, there's other clubs in there, such as, what's that car club called? Classic car club? Hot Rod Club, and there's other buildings, as you'll see on your back page in your photo here. These other buildings have leases that go through to 2019, so you multiply 2000, what did we say? 14 years time anyway.
Yeah.
What's that, whatever it is?
2019, yeah.
Then they'll all be expiring at the same time, otherwise you'll just have them at all different periods.
Yeah, I'm just questioning the length of time if we ever considered expansion onto that valuable piece of land, and it is valuable.
I was going to is there room to move in the leases? Did you want that if there is alternatives for that land to use it, or are they locked in?
Well, I think I mean you can always write clauses in there. I don't know how legally tight they are to be able to do that, but the other way to do it, I guess, is to do shorter terms. If there's something ticking away in your mind and you think there's a risk of giving 2019, then maybe we go for maybe renewal, 2 or 3 year terms with either right of renewal or no right of renewal. But I guess the idea here was to give some certainty to those clubs.
Hang on, you've got me confused now. If you give a 14-year lease, it's going to expire in 2025 when I went to school. Where's this 2019 coming from?
Well, that was adopted in the...
hang on, if you give a 14-year lease from today, roundabout, it's going to expire in 2025.
Yeah, but from the expiry date, they've all got different expiry dates.
We should be issuing leases from today, shouldn't we, that expire 2019, so that's what, an 8-year lease, isn't it?
No, some of these expired way back, you see, some are like...
No, but let's park that to one side. They're all expired. Some of them expired back in 2003.
Okay.
Some of them expired last month. We just say they're all expired and gave a new lease to a certain period. What would that period be? When would it be?
Let's forget the 14 years. If we use the 2019 as the finish date for all of them, forget the 14.
Yeah.
So some of those will be 14, some will be whatever it might be, 10 or whatever. They're
No, they won't, because you're issuing them from today, and 2019 is 8 years away.
Well,
forget that they've been there without a lease for the last 5 or 6 years.
For instance, you're right. No, you're right. So
we give that list of people a new lease expiring in 2019. Everyone will be happy, won't they?
That is, but there was some risk raised. There was some potential risks raised over here, of doing that.
Where's the suggested Yes, Councillor Hector, sorry.
Look, I think all this was sorted out in the management plan of Hickling, the sports grounds management plan that was adopted just before the council.
Yep.
And that is one of the reasons why some of these leases are so far behind, is because we hadn't got the management plan, and we wanted to try and tie them all up together so that they expired at a particular date, which apparently is 2019, so that then we've got the opportunity to actually do something with the site, like Keith's talking about. So that's the bit of background information in terms of why some of these are so long out of date. We had to do that sports ground management plan, which took us quite a long time, probably 2 years.
Yep.
Okay, so perhaps Deputy Chief Executive Officer, could we just reword the suggested resolution there, that I'm taking it that we are happy to renew these leases, but with a final expiry date of 2019.
And that's what the resolution actually says, because it says that it
Let's
will
have a mover.
lease the buildings in accordance with the sports ground reserve management plan, and it's that management plan that has that date.
Mr. Ridd?
Yeah, there was just one little technicality around the amateur radio club. So in here, the recommendation is that the New Zealand Association of Radio Transmitters are the leaseholder rather than the club, because they're not a legal entity.
You've covered that here in the report. Councillor Johnson?
I'm moving the suggested resolution.
Moved. Seconded. Councillor Johnson. Any further discussion, debate therein? All in favour? Carried. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ridd. Right. Now adoption.